Welcome back to the Boondocks Homestead, y'all. I'm glad you're back, and if this is your first time to our channel, I'm so glad you're here. So today is the day for Rotel. I'm still getting tomatoes, so I didn't want them to go to waste, so I'm going to go ahead and make some homemade mock Rotel or whatever for my pantry, to put in chili, to put in sauces, to put in dips, to put in whatever I want to put them in, casseroles, whatever I need it for, and then I don't have to buy it, y'all. And this homemade Rotel, it don't taste exactly like the stores. It's really good. You should try it. So I'm going to show you how I make it today. And I've got my jars. I'm going to blanch these and get the skins off of them, and then we're going to chop them up, and then I'll show you what else I put into them after I get that done. Got my jars going in the water bath. I'm getting them cleaned up, disinfected, and then when I get done with these, blanching them, I'll bring you back, and then we'll go from there. So don't go nowhere. This is going to be a good recipe that you're going to have in your recipe book to put on your shelf. All right, so I got all the tomatoes blanched. I got them skinned, and what I do is I just take scissors and I cut them. Now this is easy with paste tomatoes, and that's what I'm using, y'all. I'm using the Roma paste tomatoes. This is what I make all my sauces, paste, ketchup, Rotel, everything out of, okay? So, and then I just cut them. I don't cut them real small because now they got to come to a boil and simmer in the pot. So you don't want them real small, okay? Now you can do this with regular tomatoes, like slicing tomatoes or whatever. You just really don't want to cut them small at all with those, okay? Now this recipe I use that I've done for a while. I didn't get all the skin off that. Well, I forgot I was going to tell you. Forgot what I was going to tell y'all. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to, if I remember here in a minute, I'll tell you. I don't know what I was going to say. Y'all do that? Seems like the older I get, the more I do it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut these up. And I went ahead and there's one I didn't get the thing out all the way out of. That's okay. And you'll run across a few, you know, there's a bad spot, got to get it out. Okay, so I didn't move the camera down where you could see everything, I know, but I'm going to when I come back, because we're going to then add the peppers. And I'm going to tell you all what I used instead of, I didn't go to the store and buy no fancy chili peppers or nothing, okay? And I didn't have any. So I'll just tell you what I used when I come back, and then we'll add the rest of the ingredients. We'll get it boiling, and I got to try to get this done. Our oldest son's on his way over to visit with me for a little bit, and I got to get this done while I'm visiting with him, and before I go get on the school bus. So I will be back here shortly. Don't you guys go nowhere, because you're going to want to see the rest of this video now. And you can probably downsize this recipe and then just make it fresh and put it in your refrigerator and use it before it goes bad. You know what I mean? Yeah. Whoops, there's some more skin I missed. You don't want the skin in there because it gets hard, and you just don't want skin in your tomatoes. I know a lot of people do it, and I have done it. That's why I know that I don't like it that way. I've made salsa and not did that, and just used it, and I don't like it. I just don't like it. Now, if you want to use a knife doing this too, by all means, you know, but I'm using scissors because it's just easier for me right now. All right, I'm going to quit rambling on, and I'll be back here with you in a minute. Okay, I got all the tomatoes chopped up, ready to put on the stove. I'm going to bring them to a boil, but we're going to add stuff to this. So I was going to tell you about the peppers. I have, hold on a minute, I have tomatoes all over my glasses. So you can use any kind of sweet pepper, chili pepper, any kind you want, okay? I didn't have any, so I'm using green pepper out of my garden, actually from 2023, because I'm trying to use those up. So, and you can, and I put a little, 3 or 4 small jalapenos in there with the seeds, okay? Because I got a little over 12 cups of chopped tomatoes. Tim likes a little heat with his stuff, so that's why I do that. That is going to be included with your green pepper. So you're going to have a full cup of your green chilies. I used green bell pepper. So you're going to have 1 total cup. That's with your jalapenos if you add any and your green chilies, okay? So I'm going to put that in there and chop them up real good. And then I got salt. I put a little over a tablespoon. I'm just going to tell you what I'm putting in it, and I'll put the recipe underneath this video. So I'm putting salt in there. I'm putting pepper in there. I got my glasses on. I don't know which is which. I think this is the coriander, which is basically just your cilantro seeds crushed up, and that's what I did because I didn't have. I had to crush up the seeds because I didn't have any of the powder. You use what you got. That's what I teach you guys. And then your oregano, okay? And that's all you put in it. And you give that a good stir. You're going to bring it up to a boil on medium heat, and then you're going to simmer it for 10 minutes, all right? When it's done, then you're going to fill your jars and just can it normally. You're going to do, you're going to have a 1/2 inch head space in your jars, and then you are going to bring it to a soft boil and boil for about 40 minutes for pints, 50 minutes for quarts, 40 minutes for pints, okay? And I'll bring you back when it's all finished. All right, I've got it all done, and I just got back off the bus, so it's cool, but you got to let it set for 24 hours. Make sure all the lids are down after 24 hours, and then take the rims off and store them. Okay, I want you to look at that. Isn't that pretty? That's going to be some good Rotel. Some good Rotel. Plus, I had enough left over that I made like I poured it in a 4, let's see, it'd be a 2-quart jar, one of the big ones. And I had enough to pour in there, and I'm going to make something out of it tomorrow. I'm going to put it in something. So I just want to come back, show you what it looked like, and I may not get the exact measurements and stuff in there tonight because I'm going to try to get this video on tonight, y'all. I've been so busy today. But I will get it on there. I will get it on there, okay, of how much of everything. Might be in the morning, but I'll get it done. All right, so can you up some Rotel? You will not be disappointed. All right, I love you guys, and Lord willing, I'll catch you on the next video.